good, YouTube? It's your boy Damian Cryer, and I am back with another video. So anyway, man, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed, and amazing day today. Me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Whew. This last week has been a serious run for me. And I don't mean in a really good way. I mean, it's been a good week, but physically, man, I had an extremely bad experience, man. I don't even know where to start, guys. Where I actually thought it was over with for your boy. I thought it was over with for me. I mean, I did something so stupid, man, but I don't know if it was really my fault or the fault of other individuals. So we're gonna be talking about that throughout this video, and you guys give me your thoughts and opinions on this video. If you believe it was my fault or you think it was the other people's fault who was involved. But I don't even know where to start at, man. But before we get into this video, man, if you have not subscribed to the Cryer family, man, all you have to do is turn that bell on so you're subscribed to the channel. But turning the bell on and being subscribed only means you're subscribed. You will not get notifications. In order to get notifications, you must turn on the bell with the vibrating symbol. That way, every time I drop a video on the Cryer family, you, and yes, you as well will get the notification. Also, we do post notification shout outs at the end of every video. If I forget to do a post notification shout out at the end of the video, I will do multiple shout outs in the next video. So we're just gonna jump right into this video, man. So I know people have been wondering, like, wow, what's going on? I've been getting DMs and emails, like, you know, like, Damian, what's up? Where you at? We haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? You know, because you guys know I upload videos every day on the Cryer family, and sometimes I upload multiple videos a day on the Cryer family. Had that be a cooking video or a couple of reactions or a couple of reactions, a prank, a vlog, a challenge or something. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's been going on with me. So this all started last Friday. Last Friday, I had gotten like a emergency phone call. You know, I was already not feeling too well. I think like with me, as far as like the weather change, going up and down, I be dealing with like back issues and stuff like that. Let's just say like when it goes from being really hot to cold, it's a shift change. It's like the disc in my back kind of shift a little bit to where I'll have pain. But once it gets cold and stays cold, then I'm fine. The same thing happens when it goes from being really cold to really warm. For a week or two, I will have a lot of discomfort back there in my lower back. And then after it continues to stay warm for a week or so, then I will start feeling 100% better and I won't be bothered anymore. So last Friday, going back to last Friday, I ended up getting an emergency call where I had to rush out the door. And, you know, with that being said, when I rushed out the door, I didn't have time to really eat or anything like that or get stuff situated that I needed to get situated. Because it was like important for me to get the hell out of here immediately when I got the call. And that's something we'll talk about in a whole different video. I know people were asking and wondering what's going on. So basically, I had to drive a small distance to get to my destination when I got the emergency call. So I'm gonna kind of backtrack a little bit. You guys know what deer is, obviously. And like certain times of the year, you can go deer hunting and you can like hunt for your own deer and you can get that deer processed and you can make like meat out of it, like actual meat that you can put in your freezer and that you can cook. So before I left Indiana, one of my big things was deer meat. So obviously I've never been hunting before. And it's something I probably would never get a chance to do for other personal reasons. But when I used to work in Indiana, I worked with a bunch of guys who did like deer hunting. And like they would bring me like deer meat to work, like deer sausage, deer jerky, venison, deer burgers, deer chops, deer steaks and stuff like that. You know, and sometimes I would pay them for it, and sometimes they would just say, no, this is free, this is for you, you know. So I come to love deer meat. And so me not knowing anything when I got to Houston as far as how the laws of deer actually work here, I was a little uneducated about some things. I'm just going to say that word. I was uneducated. So back until last Friday, as I was rushing out the door, I got on the highway and I got halfway to my destination. And I decided, since I hadn't eaten anything, on top of already being nervous as hell that day, trying to figure out what the hell's going on, I decided to pull over at a service station. And one of the service stations that I went to, I noticed like I had been there like multiple times. They have like cooked fish, cooked chicken. You guys know those gas stations that I'm talking about where you can go into the gas station and they have food that's already cooked. And it's hard to resist when you going to get gas or gum or soda or whatever, and you see that cooked food, it's hard to resist not trying a piece of it. So on this particular day, I was in a rush. I'm not gonna lie. So I just wanted gas and I wanted something to snack on. So as I approached the door of the service station, I seen a sign on the door and it said that they sold deer corn. Yeah, deer corn. Now, mind you guys, I'm really not too educated on how they do stuff out here in the South. I've been here almost a year and a half. So I'm still learning the way that things work out here in the South. So when I seen a sign on the door that said deer corn, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this sounds really good. I'm gonna get me a small order of deer corn and get me a soda and get back on the highway so I can get to my destination. And so when I went, I think I didn't get a bottled water. I think I got like an energy drink or something. Cause again, I had just woke up that morning. I was just wanting to just get the hell out of here to get to where I had to go. So I ended up getting like an energy drink from one of the refrigerators at the service station I was at. When I got to the counter, I asked the lady, I said, ma'am, I noticed that you guys have deer corn, so I would like to try some. She said, you want a whole one? I said, no, can I just get like a little small cup of it? So I didn't know any better, I promise. I didn't know any better at all. I'm just thinking that, okay, it's deer corn, like, it's something associated with deer meat. So she gave me a cup. And she charged me like $3 and something cents. I actually still got the receipt for it. Well, no, my credit card, my debit card from when I swiped my debit card and paid for it. And so apparently, I guess she opened up a bag and scooped me a cup of it out of there. So I'm just thinking to myself, not a big deal. So I get back in my car and like peanuts, you got a bag of peanuts when you drive and you open up, you just dump them in your mouth while you drive. And so I was chewing on that deer corn. And it really wasn't too bad. It had like a weird taste. But again, I thought it was a Southern thing that people do. And so I didn't really know any better. So I'm riding up the highway. I'm chomping on this deer corn. I'm dumping it in my mouth. And, I didn't really think anything of it. Parts of it was getting stuck in my teeth where I had to like pick my teeth after I ate it. And not really realizing what I had gotten myself into. And I guess I was literally poisoning my own self. The time I got to where I was headed to the hospital, I had started feeling really, really sick, really nauseated, and my head was hurting, my stomach was hurting. I mean, I was in so much pain. But again, I didn't realize what was going on until like maybe 3 o'clock that morning. And one of the nurses came into the room to check on Erica. And, while the nurse was in the room, she was like taking care of her business, the stuff that nurses do. And as she was exiting the door, I was like, ma'am, I think I was speaking to her and Erica both at the same time. I said, ma'am, have you ever heard of deer corn? Because that's the only thing I can think of that I've eaten. And she was like, sure, I heard of deer corn. And Erica looked at me, and the nurse looked at me in a weird way. And the nurse was like, yes, it's something that hunters use around deer season to spread along the fields or the forest area to actually bring the deers out. Something that they feed on. It brings them out in the opening so they can, do their thing. Me not knowing it, and it just knocked the socks clean off my feet when I found out what had actually transpired. So as it turns out, the nurse was like in pure shock. She looked at me, she was like, "Sir, are you serious?" I was like, "Yes." And she just started cracking up, and she was like, "Oh my God, I gotta go tell the other nurses about this." So another nurse had came in the room, and she was like just kind of cracking up a little bit, and she was like, "Wow, you really ate deer corn?" Because I didn't know any better. I just thought it was like food, like a snack. Like, come on now. If you walk into a store or something and they sell deer sausage or deer jerky, something that you normally can't buy. I know in Indiana, you can't walk into a store and ask for, "Give me a half a pound of deer ribs or deer sausage." But I know out here in Texas, things are done a little bit different than they are done where I'm from, which is the Midwest. So as I had realized what had happened, later on that day, as it became morning time, they ended up bringing breakfast in, and I ate a little bit of breakfast, and I just got sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. And it's like it wasn't getting any better, and I just couldn't believe what was going on. So I realized that I had eaten the deer corn that's normally to feed the animals, to bring the animals out. And at that time, I started Googling the stuff and realized that I was eating stuff that was sprayed with all kind of chemicals and stuff like that. And it just really disgusted me. And some of the symptoms that I had, it actually had me down for at least 2 days, where I wasn't able to even perform, do any videos. I couldn't even interact with anyone. I couldn't even hold a phone conversation with anyone, because at that moment I was just completely embarrassed already. But more so, I was more than embarrassed. I was scared, because now I know I got this deer stuff inside of me. And I had used the restroom like multiple times, and it was not to sound nasty or nothing like that, but it was nothing pretty. And each time I had went to the restroom, it just felt like I was losing my insides. And stuff that I had experienced going through that, man, it really scared the hell out of me, because I'm like, how do you tell someone that you got sick because you ate freaking deer corn? So again, talking to the nurse and talking to some other people, they were letting me know basically that the person who sold me the deer corn could have at least said something to me. Said, "Hey, this is for animals," or, especially, now that I found out that it was very odd for somebody to walk into a gas station and get a small styrofoam cup full of deer corn. So I don't know if it was really my fault because I was uneducated as far as what I was putting into my body, or if the clerk is partially to blame, because the clerk who sold it to me should have informed me, what I was really getting myself into and what I was about to eat. On the way back home to Houston, a couple of days later, I had thought about stopping by that same service station and going in there and talking to that clerk. But I didn't, because I was trying to get home. I was still highly upset about the situation that had happened. And I wanted to do more research, because at the time I was more concerned about Erica, her health and stuff like that. So it wasn't until I got home I had did more research and realized just how catastrophic of a blow that it was. So it seems to me that I purely ate poison. I ate poison. I ate poison. And so I didn't really know how to approach the situation. Should I went back to the service station and confronted the clerk, pull the surveillance and show them actually selling me the deer corn, a cup of it actually, because it comes in like a bag. You got like different size bags. But I found out that selling a cup of it is very rare and that it shouldn't have happened. I also found out that they shouldn't be opening up a bag of something like that and dipping a cup into it and selling it to an individual like that. It's almost like going to a gas station without a gas can with a styrofoam cup and says, yes, I have a styrofoam cup. Give me 50 cents worth of gas in a styrofoam cup on pump 3. I don't think legally that they would be allowed to do something like that. Again, I just want like you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. You know, was this my fault? Should I have been more educated of what I was doing? Even though, you know, it just sounded good. I mean, I have went into some service stations here in Texas that actually sold eggs and it has like chunks of deer meat in it. Like, so scrambled eggs with the deer meat in it. And I've actually gotten that food before and it was really good. So me going in and asking for a cup of deer corn, to me, I thought it was something normal to do. So I don't know, man. And right now, as of today, I just actually started feeling just a little bit better. Today is actually Tuesday. So today I just started feeling just a tad bit better to where I'm able to even do videos and just talk to you guys about what had went down and what had went on. So I'm not gonna lie, man. I am feeling a little bit better. Actually, I'm feeling about 75% better than I did the day of and the day after. I think more or less I was more scared than anything, because I'm thinking to myself, what if I would have, like, you know, not making a joke about it or nothing, but it's like, what if I would have passed away and then my kids would have ordered an autopsy to find out, like, why did my dad pass? And they open me up and say, oh, well, your dad ate deer corn. Like, I don't think it would have been a joking matter. And I don't know if the clerk at the gas station, like when I left, I would like to honestly know, what did the clerk and her co-workers do after I had left that service station with that cup of deer corn? Were they laughing their butt off and said, this guy just walked in and bought a cup of deer corn, idiot? I mean, I like to know what they were doing. Were they laughing, making a mockery out of this? Should I go back and have the surveillance pulled? Should I say anything about it? Again, I know I take full responsibility for what goes into my body. After all, I am a mature adult. It's just that I guess I was uneducated on how they do things here. Again, I've never heard of deer corn in my life. I've never been hunting in my life. It just sounded like something that I was able to eat, and I'm always, you know, since I live in the South now, of course I'm going to try different foods and stuff while I'm here. So I do take some responsibility, but I just want you guys' opinion on this video right here on this topic of what happened. Do you think, you know, that it was more my fault than anything, or do you think that I should have been warned? You know, I'm wondering if I was laughed at when I left the store, what kind of stuff was said and done. And I bet if that video surveillance got pulled from last Friday, I bet I probably would see some like jokes on there, some laughing, some people making a mockery out of it. But again, I'm about 75% better today. And I'm just hoping that next time I will just pay a little bit more attention to the things that I'm eating. So I just wanted to stop in and just let you guys know what had went down and stuff like that. But I'm finna go ahead and do my post notification shout out for the day. But yeah, man, it was a very, 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 very scary experience. It's one that I'm definitely not ready to ever experience it again. So today's post notification shout out goes to Tamisha Anthony, gang, gang, gang. Tamika Anthony. Oh, I'm sorry, Tamisha Anthony. You are today's post notification shout out. Congratulations. And today's second post notification shout out goes to Curly Head Ashton. Gang, gang, gang. Curly Head Ashton, you are today's number 2 post notification shout out. Guys, don't forget, if you want your chance to be shouted out on the Crier family, you must be subscribed to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. So I'm ready to end this off, man. Until next time, I love you guys. I'm Damian Cryer, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.